losing $75 trading Tesla. Let's get into today's trade recap. We don't have a connection right now to TradeZella. I'm working on getting that connected and have the auto sync working, so that should be back up hopefully in a couple of days, if not sooner. But here's the trade history. This is the first trade on the new $10,000 funded account, and we took a loss. So we lost 75 bucks on Tesla. You can see in the top right. Also, double check, this is the funded account. And we lost about $74.97 and rounded up to $75. So they reset on this, like this account gets reset to 10K. And now I just can't fall below $9,000 or lose more than $400 in a day. If I do one of those two things, I will lose the account. Otherwise, we'll have it, and then money that I make, I can pull 100% of the profits out, which is pretty cool. I'll have a full video coming shortly on this, my whole experience, good and bad, with this prop firm. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. And let's get into the recap of Tesla. So pretty straightforward. You know, the trade idea here was there was really two trade opportunities today on Tesla. And the first one would have been here, which I did not trade. I didn't actually see this happen live. And that also happened around noon anyway, which I was not watching the screens. The second trade was here as we pushed up to high of the day, had a consolidation, came in, pulled back and held the prior area of the breakout as support, and then pushed back up. We had a brief period of consolidation for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the breakout on that candle. And then we broke out, but it was a false break, which it happens. And my stop loss was pretty tight. So I got in this trade, and I originally went with, well, not originally, I went with a target or a entry above 265 and a stop loss just underneath 264. It was actually 263.93, I believe. I can pull up the exact execution. 263.79 is where I got stopped. So actually a little bit more than what I set it to. And my take profit or my entry was around 265, and which was high of the day. High of the day was just below that 265 actually. It was just, a couple cents underneath that. And then my target, I was actually targeting just shy of 268. So I was targeting 267.93. And it would have been over a 2-to-1 risk reward actually, which would have been really nice. So I was actually looking for a really good trade here. And it just didn't work. Simple as that. I could say a couple things. I would trade this again. You know, it's not like I wouldn't trade it again. Strongest stock in the day. Got the good strength. And, you know, a little overextended, you can say. So 4-hour time frame. Not really, though. Just really breaking out of this, if you want to call it a consolidation, trying to break out. So I didn't feel like it was a bad trade. It could have been, you know, late in the day. You could say to yourself, well, late in the day, probably not the best because you're better off earlier, A. And second, the S&P was not doing shit. You could say that too. So there's some reasons to say, S&P was doing this. You know what I mean? But I look at Tesla and I go relative strength. So I'm going to play with the relative strength and I'm play the hot hand. And I fared well on it the past couple of days actually trading it. So you win some, you lose some. It's not the end of the world. Past couple trades on Tesla have been winners. This is the first loser. We lost 75 bucks. I'll take it, dude. But the plan is going forward on this is to be playing with a approximate. You're not going to get the exact same loss on every trade, but I'm looking to be losing $100 or less on given trades and making about $125 or more on given trades. That's the plan for the trades, the day trades in this account. Swing trades, I could size up bigger because they just take longer. So I wouldn't be opposed to sizing up bigger. I haven't decided if that's what I want to do. Ideally, I do want to build a little bit of a cushion maybe, you know, and then we can play that. But if I was to do so, we'd be talking about risking like 125 to make 200, you know, type of situation, something like that. So that's kind of the plan. And we start things off. They don't have the updated history in the bottom here, but there is a trade there on Tesla. And that's the trade. So that's the recap. I will leave a link below to the prop firm I use, and also TradeZella, where I track all my other trades, which you have pretty much all other recaps are on TradeZella. This will be on there soon. They just didn't have the connection to this broker yet. So the automatic connection, I didn't want to like create a new account and like do a manual. I'd rather just show you here on the prop firm page. So that's a recap. Peace. See you in the next one.